What is up, guys? Welcome to episode 14 of my playthrough for Total War Saga, Thrones of Britannia. I'm AsgardsChamp, thank you very much for being here. I'm pretty excited to get cracking with this one. In the last episode we fought a really good battle, or a couple of battles actually, with Strat and we managed to win both of them, and it was quite a big victory for us. I'm hoping that that was the sort of main bulk of their force, and that we don't need to really worry about much more resistance. I know that's probably a bit of a pipe dream. I think we will counter some more resistance, but hopefully we can make our way through the north here. Okay, so in terms of strategy then going forward, I think we are at the end of a turn, as we left it at the end of the last episode. I do need to clear up these armies as and when I can. Also, with it being winter, these guys are going to take attrition when I hit the next turn button, so that's something to consider, although they're not doing too bad in terms of numbers, so it's okay. We also have this army of Strat here a bit further south. Took one of my settlements here, which is affecting my food production and my income actually at the moment as well, so we need to deal with them. In relation to that, then we have an army heading up from the south. It'll take them around 5 turns to get there, so that's not ideal. That is quite a while. I would imagine that this force is going to take a few more settlements before I manage to get there. That's one option. The other option is I send one of these armies south to deal with it. We'll kind of make a decision on that once these smaller armies here have been dealt with, and maybe we take back some of our settlements. So let's just have a quick look over these events. Food shortage, we know about that one. Oh, I didn't mean to right click that, but we have low public order, which we are pretty much aware of. Risk of rebellion in Northymbre. So I believe this is because these two settlements here were taken by Guthfrid. I'm going to imagine that is why. Guthfrid have moved up to the north now. I think this is blue then, because we made a defensive alliance with, or a defensive pact with the Anglo-Saxons, so that's good. It means our southern border is probably going to be quite clear, at least for now, so that's good. We've got attrition, which we just spoke about. We're aware of that, so that's okay. And Guthfrid has some skills available. This is King Guthfrid. He is leading one of our armies. I think more than likely we should put another point into, I want to say siege engineer, because we're going to be taking quite a few settlements hopefully with him, so we'll do that. And with that we'll end the go. Hopefully these armies don't cause us too much trouble, and hopefully this one, I'm hoping they move a bit further north, which will make my decision a bit easier in terms of sending one of these armies to deal with it. But let's wait and see. I'll end the turn then, we'll see what they do. Okay, so Weidborg have been defeated. If you remember them from an earlier episode, I believe they lived down in the south there. That's fine. Infuriateer lost a few men, so did Thor's Hammer. We knew about that. Some traits gained here, which gives a bit more governance to Leofwine, and some loyalty, which is good, we like that. More income here, and more zeal. And Rick Siege, he's one of our generals, has gained more armour, so that's all good. Okay, so events that took place in between those two turns then. So Coldingham here got taken back. Again, I think we kind of expected that to happen. It looks like they recruited a few more troops, so these are all going to be very low in numbers, and they send them south. So we do need to deal with this. They've also sent one of their armies back here to replenish. So I think what we do is we send, well actually this is a good question, which one do we send where? So I think this is Canute's army. I think Canute can probably deal with this fairly easily, I would imagine. Will take him a couple of turns though. Okay, I'll think on that and come back to it, because also down a bit further south with this army, they didn't move north like I wanted them to, they moved south, so not ideal. But there it is. So they're taking settlements again. It's really affecting my food and my income now, so I really desperately need to get this under control as quickly as I can. Given that the south is kind of okay, you know, we have a defensive pact with the Anglo-Saxons at the moment, and there's no real risk of them attacking me, I wouldn't have thought. I don't think I have any need for this army here. So I am thinking I might disband it just in the short term for the food and the income. The only issue I have with doing that, though, is that our recruitment pool is quite low again, so recruiting them again is going to be quite difficult. We'll have to wait a while to do it anyway. That's which again, if we need to raise an army quick, having one here is probably not a bad idea. So again, something to think about and consider. I will just keep moving these guys up. So now it's only going to take them 2 more turns after this one, and if they keep moving south, even better. Should hopefully get them on the next turn, maybe, possibly. Again, we'll have to wait and see what they do. It's anyone's guess with the AI in this game sometimes. This army, I moved them closer to Carliel, thinking that they were going to get attacked by this army, possibly. Didn't happen, so I'm actually going to move them back over. I don't think I'll be able to do it this turn, but next turn I'm going to get them raiding again, just for the extra bit of income. Okay, so now it is time to make a decision. With regards to these forces here, we've got 3 armies to fight against. If these guys were to attack this settlement, it is walled. And they're not going to replenish in my territory over here. So I really don't think there's enough of them to really bother me. It's just if they carry on going south, that's going to be a bit of an issue. In terms of a garrison, the garrison's quite weak, actually. And it's replenishing really slowly. So in actual fact, they might be able to take it. So yeah, I'm definitely going to have to send one of my armies down there. Either one of them, it's still going to take them a little while. So I think we send this one here. And in terms of my bigger army here, I think it's important probably to take this settlement back for the food and for the income. We will auto-resolve this. Fight aggressively, because we are mad at them. Perfect, so yeah, we only lost a handful of men there. Going to occupy that, get the replenishment. Enemy killed in battle, that's okay. We'll leave him here this turn. I think we have to anyway, actually. I don't think he can go anywhere else, but get the replenishment going with him. Hopefully next turn then we'll be able to deal with this army, and then after that we can decide what to do about this one here. They're going to be replenishing while they're in their friendly territory, and potentially could recruit more men because we've just killed some there and we're going to kill some here as well. So they're going to have the money to probably do that, unless I can weaken their economy enough. So that's something else we will keep trying to do. So they're on the move. I think we moved these guys into the settlement. We did. That's fine. So we've got a damaged building in Coldingham. That's okay. We can repair that. Risk of rebellion in Cumberland. Yeah, so this is not going to fix itself too quickly. A lot of this is because of food, and the rest is because of allegiance. I think we might even take this settlement because I don't see any armies that are going to challenge us here. So it might be worth sending this army on a bit of a settlement taking spree. Looks like a nice building there. Yeah, that might be a good idea, just so that we get our food and income up. And the public order needs time to settle down, so that could give us that time if we get that done as early as possible. Skills available for Wulfric. He's a governor, I believe, yep. And we're having all kinds of food and income issues at the moment. Let's give him a point in forager. Low public order then in a couple of places, but it's nothing too bad. Obviously we can get a rebellion. Let's hope we don't, but as usual we will react to whatever happens. So I'll end the go there again, and let's see what Stratclute decide to do next. Okay then, so a few more traits gained. Adrid's become a haggler, gives us better recruitment costs, and Thorkel has got a trait called Protect His Town, gives him more zeal, that's fine. We've lost a settlement, yeah, I'll talk about those in a second. So yeah, well, we're right here now anyway. So Dunholm got taken by the army that's kind of messing us up a bit in the middle of our territory. Luckily, these guys are not too far away now, so a few more turns and they will be there to deal with them. I've just noticed actually we've got some units here which can be upgraded. I mean, we don't really have the money for it at the moment, but I'm going to do it anyway. just because it gives us the stronger units for when we do get to this army. I don't know how powerful they are. 3-star general, 9-star general, so okay, we'll be alright, I think. And down here, yeah, this army kind of moved away from the settlement and ran off into the hills, so not quite sure what they're doing, what they're up to. And the army that was stuck in Maelros here moved north. I also noticed another army moving south. I think these are all kind of manageable. We managed to defeat kind of 2 20 stacks and a 13 stack with these two armies. I think we're going to be okay. One thing that concerns me a little bit is that I'm now about to separate them, which they're definitely stronger if they sat together. But I think we're going to have to in this instance. We definitely need to deal with this army. We can't just have them running around. But I don't want to give up the territories that I just took as well at the same time. It might even be worth me moving in and taking another just to put a bit more pressure on them economically. And it kind of presses these two armies here into doing something about it. I think this 20 stack will deal with these two. So let's occupy that. Again, we can upgrade these swordmen. Sorry, not just the swordmen, actually, we've got berserkers now. I think that's because our research has completed. Let's actually check this army too. Yep. Income is back into the positive for food and income, so that's good. That's one less worry for us. Now we're going to take this settlement here as well. This is probably going to cause a lot of public order issues, but I think it's worth it in the long run. These guys can also be upgraded. We will do that. Yeah. Money and food looking much better already. Okay. I wonder if Maelros is probably best taken by these guys. Although it would take them quite a few turns to get there. Probably not worth sending them. They can move their way around the coast here. Probably encounter a bit of resistance if they go a bit too far north, so I do need to be careful of that as well. But that's okay. Let's have a look at the research then. So give me a couple of minutes and I'll be back with you. I'm just going to have a quick look at... I'm actually going to take a look at the civic trees here, so bear with me and I'll be back in a second. So, having had a look through, now this was a recommendation made in the comments to me, was to take a look at the trade tree. So Northymbre get a bonus to trade as well. I think it's plus 15%, I believe. Going down this tree might be helpful for my economy, given all the wars I'm fighting. Probably makes sense. So yeah, we'll go for that. That'll allow us to build a tavern, which I'm sure makes us some money. So that's something to consider. Again, we've got some money coming back in now, so it's going to be worth starting to upgrade more buildings as and when I get a chance. So there's that. We've got skills available. So this is for a governor. Let's give him more points in scribe, get more money. This one is my general here. So he's the general of the smaller army I've got in the south, who are just kind of hanging around for now. They're not really doing much other than defending, so I think just giving him a point in champion, make him a little bit stronger, is probably wise. He's sat there replenishing anyway on our southern border, so that's okay. Further north then. This army are nearly there. Sorry, I missed these. Public order then, a bit of an issue in these two regions, but that's okay. And risk of rebellion in Lodin, which is this northernmost territory I've just taken. It's obviously because I've just taken these settlements here, or this one rather. It's quite bad, minus 15, but it's manageable at the same time. So we've got armies right there, so it's not too much of a concern. Pretty sure we've moved all the troops this turn. Yep. And these guys here, yes we did. That's fine, I will end the go here, and again we'll kind of react to whatever they decide to do next. Okay then, so don't know if this is a good day or a bad day. East Engel have been destroyed. Now they were our enemies, however they were also fellow Vikings, so I'll let you decide how you want to feel about that one. Nordmen, I think they were sort of in the north near Scotland, or in the north of Scotland, sorry, they've also been destroyed. Got a mission that succeeded. Okay, so this was to either vassalise or eliminate East Angle. I did forget completely that we had that mission, otherwise I might have pursued destroying them a while ago, but it's fine. The reward we've been given is +2 influence for Guthfrid, and +1 towards the army on the Hay King. That's actually not good for us at the moment. The reason being is we lose the benefits we had to our income, and to the... I think we have benefits to the... No, sorry. Being towards the army gives us a negative. It gives us a debuff on the upkeep cost for all our units. We've got quite a lot of armies, so that's actually knocked us right down into the negative. So that's not good. We need to get that under control as soon as possible. If we have any options to knock this further towards the English, we will do so. That actually came at a bad time, but never mind. And we've been given another mission, which is to eliminate Mercia, and we get another +1 towards the army. That's not going to happen anytime soon, because they are a vassal of the Anglo-Saxons, who are our defensive allies. So that's fine. Probably forget about that one until it's done as well. So Idris gained a trait, gives him +3% unit replenishment, and Eamon's gained governance and influence. That's fine. So this army here have decided to just keep running away from me. Hopefully we will catch them this turn. Probably don't want to fight the battle on the battlefield. Let's see. Ah, they've run away. Which makes things very awkward. Gonna have to wait another turn. This is a bit annoying when things like this happen, because I could spend ages chasing them, and in the meantime Stratclute have brought the army that was over here up north. Again, my troops are now all separated. It's a bit tricky. They've also got allies who are also sending an army south, down the coast. They could land absolutely anywhere, so it is a very good job. I have this army, where are they? Here. I'm going to start taking these settlements back, and they can kind of watch this this coast down here as well. Okay, it's going to be next turn before I can get that one. That's okay. Yeah, I really need to get these guys dealt with as soon as possible. With the Swords of Wayland over here, I feel like I should just kind of keep moving them around. It seems to make the most sense to me at the moment. I'm wary though that they're kind of the only force that's defending around here, and they're not a particularly strong force, so I need to just be careful, I guess, but let's send them around, it's fine. We have our walled settlement here in Calliol with quite a good garrison, if I remember rightly. Yeah, half decent garrison. Should hold off smaller armies. Don't know about bigger ones. I wonder if there's anything we can do. I might have a look at this later on, see if we can upgrade a building to give us a bit more of a garrison here. I do need to be wary of my money though. I'm minus 600 at the moment, so I've only got a few turns if I don't spend anything for me to get my economy back under control. There's not much these guys can do to help with that. No, so let's have a look at the events then. So we've got skills available for one of our governors here. Let's put it straight into scribe for a bit more money. It's only a little bit though. Cumberland are facing public order issues, that's fine as well. Now, what do I want to do with Thor's Hammer? Few options really. Either I can pull them back closer to this army and use them for a bit more of a defensive force, defend what we've already got here, or I press on with them. Pressing on with them seems like an easy thing to do right now, but probably not the smartest thing to do in the long term. They'll probably get caught out by quite a few armies. Obviously we've got their allies already sending troops south. I noticed in between turns they had a couple of smaller armies which they moved from around here and moved them further north as well. So they could quite easily just come back down. I think the smart thing to do here is probably move them further south just in defence for now until we've dealt with this army here, see where they land, and this one here. Because these are two 20 stack armies, they're pretty strong, and I don't want to get caught out. So If I can get them back to the walled settlement here, that's probably ideal. But let's keep them in Coldingham for now. Actually, no, it's fine. There's no danger of them getting caught out by it against two armies in the next turn. I wouldn't have thought. Both of these guys won't be able to reach them at the same time, I don't think. So yeah, let's keep them moving. They've already moved. We've already moved these guys. And this army have already moved as well. So we'll end the turn there and again, just continue with the current plan at the beginning of the next turn. So we've been offered a declaration of friendship and a very small payment by this faction again. I'm sure they've offered us this before. They're pretty small, insignificant. Do they have... So they've got a military ally here, which is this particular faction, who, again, they're a little bit bigger, but still pretty small in comparison to kind of ourselves and our enemies. I wonder why they want to ally themselves to me. You know what, actually I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it just because they're not much of a threat to me. I have no plans to move into Ireland, especially the south of Ireland, just yet. It could actually help me, potentially. So let's see. Take the money off them. In fact, I'll offer a counter offer here and see if I can get more money from them. So 600's... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. 600's intriguing. Let's demand money again from them, sorry. Payments. We want to demand... Let's try it 900 this time. That's insulting, so let's go back to 6 and try that.
No, we will
okay, they rejected it. That's fine. Again, not too much of an issue for me. I didn't need that deal, so that's fine. Okay, so Oswald has become a sea trader. This gives us a bit more income. Okay, this army now, I can finally start taking these settlements back, so that's perfect. What I noticed in between turns here was that this army... They moved south, took this settlement here, and now I believe it's going to be a bit more difficult for them to kill them. Which is very frustrating. This army that was sailing up the coast carried on going. And I believe the allies that they had an army over here somewhere. I don't think it actually showed me what happened to them. Either that or I've missed it, but they can't see them anymore, so I would imagine they've sailed north again. Which is fine. So I kind of just need to match these guys with Northymbre. So let's just pop them into Coldingham for now and see where they go. I'm a bit worried about this battle. Might be a difficult one for me. And the other thing I noticed as well was that Straklut's ally moved this 20 stack army to the south towards the Swords of Wayland. So I feel like that's really not good for me at all. I'm going to move these guys back here. A little bit of extra defence is going to help. And I'll try and get them into Carlisle if I can for the extra garrison, if hopefully they can kind of beat this army there. But my income has been absolutely shattered at the moment as a result of this being taken and these settlements here. So let's start taking them back. Occupy that one. Can we move to the next one? That's the question. No, I'll have to do that next turn. That's okay. They will do that. We've moved Thor's hammer there. That's fine. Leave them. Let them just get their replenishment in. They've been moved. These guys have been moved. Now let's see. Oh, it's another 13 stack here. That's fine. Let's see if we can take these guys. I'm just going to see what the odds are. Kind of against us, actually. Got a lot of javelin men. Wow, they've got a lot of skirmishers. Most of their army is comprised of skirmishers. That's tough. Still a fairly even balance of power, though. Interesting. I'm very wary to try and fight this while they've got a defensive position in the town. So I might actually try and starve them out. The problem is I'm just going to suffer attrition. And they're going to start suffering attrition next turn. Which means they'll probably strike out and fight me either this turn or next turn. I'm going to do it. I'm going to siege the settlement without engaging them for now. I imagine that will force them into attacking me, and I feel like if I have a defensive position it might be easier for me. It also buys a bit of time for this army to move north. Fury tier, yeah, we know about that, that's okay. Alright, looking a little bit dicey. I was on a bit of a high after the last episode, winning those battles. Now things are looking, well, they're taking a bit of a turn for the worse, but that's okay. We're going to rectify it, I hope, in the next turn. I think I'll leave these guys here. Yeah, okay, I'll end the turn, and again, see what they do. Okay, interesting. So, Stratclut have offered a peace treaty. Looks like the balance of power has gone up in my favour, so I'm looking stronger than them at the moment, which is interesting. They're going to pay me as well, but I'm going to decline it, and this is really just because they still hold a lot of my territory that I want, and it seems a bit silly to give that up, especially if the odds are in my favour, so let's decline that one.
It's your choice, however foolish.
Alright then, so this is the other faction who are friends with these guys, military allies actually. Offering a declaration of friendship. I might as well accept this one. I accepted the last one. Actually no, sorry, they declined it, didn't they? But these are a stronger faction, these guys, so I am going to accept this one.
Shall we seal the deal with mead?
Okay, so I had a settlement sacked in between turns there. Taking a bit of money from me and so on. Another faction has been destroyed, that's okay. Fury of Teal lost some men. They didn't attack me in between turns, so we are still sieging this settlement, I believe. So, starting this next turn, they're going to start suffering attrition, and in one turn they will surrender. I imagine that means they're going to strike out and fight me in the next turn. That's absolutely fine. That actually probably goes in my favour. They don't have the settlement to use their advantage. It's just, what worries me is all the skirmishes. I'm going to have to obviously do something about that. Hopefully I don't lose this army in the process, but let's do our best to make sure that doesn't happen. In the meantime, the Death Givers can start moving north, taking these settlements back. I'll occupy this one too. Financial situation, still not great. Again, this is because we're kind of moving further towards the army. If we get into this last section here, it goes up from plus 20% upkeep cost for all units to plus 30%, which isn't good. But I guess we'll have to just deal with it if it happens. Damaged buildings up in the north, yeah, so this is the settlement that this sacked. It's going to cost a bunch of money to repair those, which I don't have at the moment. Yeah, a bit of a tricky one here again. They've sacked this settlement, enticing me to go and destroy them, but then also this big 20 stack is about to land here, and they'll probably take Coldingham right from under my nose. Might not be the worst thing in the world. I can probably deal with them both individually and separately, that's okay. The other thing I noticed as well, this army kept moving south, so let's keep moving my troops away. I wonder, can we march in this game? No, we can't. So let's just head over to Carliol as quick as we can. Probably going to lose this settlement. It's fine. I don't mind that too much. I actually kind of might be a good thing if they do attack me at Carliol, even though I only have a very small force here. We've got the garrison as well. Probably be able to repel them. And this army's going to come free in the next turn or two as well. And then we'll wait to see what happens with them. This army then, I think I'll come and deal with this one. And yeah, fully expect that Coldingham might get taken by this big stack here, but that's okay. We'll auto-resolve this one. Guthfrid doing his thing. That's fine. I think in this instance, let's actually take the money. The replenishment's only 5%. And we're in friendly territory anyway, so that's not that necessary. We could do with as much money as we can get. So killed an enemy in battle, that's fine. And let's get them in the settlement, why not? So we'll have to react to whatever these guys do in the next one. And that might be a battle that we fight on the map. We're leaving those guys. Let's just double check everybody. Yep, all fine. Okay, we'll end the go there and see what they do. Alright, so as expected, Stratclut have tried to, they've sallied out to fight me in this town. Balance of power is very even. I need to watch out for all these skirmishers. They are not replenished units though, so that goes in my favour. I do have some very unreplenished cav as well, who maybe can scare these guys off, but there are a lot of them, so we're gonna have to see. Really, this is going to be a bit tough, but let's fight this one on the battlefield. Okay, guys, as usual, here are the troops, and I'll get them set up shortly. We're defending this time, so we want to find a good position to do that. We've got a very slight hill here, so if we could set up maybe somewhere here, try and charge them down the hill, does us favours. But again, they are bringing a lot of skirmishes, so this is going to be a bit tricky. I'm going to struggle a little bit with this one, I think. We'll do our best though. We don't have much in the way of cav to deal with all the skirmishes that they have. They will get shot down very quickly. So we're going to have to try and split them up and pick targets maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, going to be a tough one. So I'll get the men set up and we'll be back with you shortly. Okay then guys, so just before we start the battle here, I just wanted to show you what I'd done. So I've put kind of my swords and axes in the middle, flanked by spears. We've got a unit of spears at the back. I don't think they had any cav to flank round, but just in case anyway, I've got spears at the back who can be reactive. I've then got my general just in front of them, and then my skirmishers in front of them. Put my cav, although there are only a few of them, here in the trees, just so they are hidden. I'm actually going to try and run them as soon as the battle starts into these trees here, and hope they don't get shot to bits by their skirmishers. If they don't, that's really good for us, because then I can start charging them in the back when the time is right. So we'll see what happens there. Now I've got all my melee units in shield wall, so kind of the plan here really is going to be to just weather the storm. I don't know how well this is going to work, and it might take a while, so I will fast forward when necessary. But if I can take the brunt and just let them run out of ammo, then we can start charging them down. That'll probably help us. The other thing is that I'm fully expecting my skirmishers to get absolutely shot to bits, so we might lose them in this battle, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So I'm going to start the battle, and when they get within shooting range of me, I'll be back with you. So yeah, see you in a second. So, come back a little bit early. Just wanted to show you that their units are quite small, so I'm hoping that that means they don't have as much ammo. I believe that's correct. Also, they'll be easiest for me to focus down with my archers. So what I've done is I've put them on flaming arrows. I'll group them actually as well, and we're just going to focus down one unit at a time. Looks like my cav did make it into the trees unseen. I'm going to move them a bit closer. Again, expecting to lose the cav here, but that's okay. Now let's start shooting at their skirmishers. Again, flaming arrows to hopefully break their morale, and all the morale of the troops nearby as well. Get them running as quickly as possible. And again, all the dudes here, melee troops in shield wall, taking the brunt, hopefully, of any arrows. Although it looks like they are shooting at my skirmishers. That's okay. Let's see, these guys look lightly armoured. Although they are tier 3 actually. So they might not run very easily, put it that way. Let's see. There we go. One's running, let's focus down the next. Let's get my cav here. Their general's there with his horse protecting them, but there's not much we can do about that. It's more going to be just to distract them than anything else. It's their longbowmen, so I'm not going to have the range to shoot at them. Just keep focusing down individual units. Get them running where possible. The general's ignoring me for some reason. I mean, I'm happy with that. That's fine by me. I might have messed that up by moving them there. Go on, keep going, guys. Just keep going. Keep moving through their units. Okay, don't want to get involved with spearmen. Let's move them off back into some trees here. Okay, not good. They've been captured by the general, which means the... Okay, didn't want those archers coming out. Let's move them back. Yeah, we don't want the spearmen attacking my cavalry. They're weak enough as it is. The general's probably going to make mincemeat of them, but anyway. That's okay. Let's now kind of weather this storm. They're going to send in their javelin men. That's fine. They're also trying to flank me here. Which is exactly why I brought these guys with me. I left them at the back. Okay, they're sending... They've got very weak units in terms of melee, so I'm not too worried about them hurting me. I'm hoping these guys will run out of ammo soon. And the cav are now coming in as well. Pop a rally for our troops there.
The men have been routed. They are leaving the field.
Didn't want them shooting there. We want to shoot them at the archers. Sorry, I just went into complete concentration there and stopped talking. I do apologise. Looks like it's going okay so far. We're just kind of waiting for these guys to run out of ammo. I might actually fast forward it a little bit here. Don't think there's too much I can really do in terms of micromanaging any of this. My cav are gone. My skirmishers are all but gone. There's only a few left. We have everyone in shield wall who needs to be. Looks like they're starting to charge in now. Let's get my spearmen moving across. Let's get them over here. I want to flank their cavalry here. They are still shooting with some troops as well, so I don't want to kind of take them out of shield wall too early. Everyone's doing okay in terms of numbers. We're not losing too many men other than the skirmishers. But I think I kind of expected that one. But let's actually just pull them back a little bit. The generals run off. Let's start flanking their units now. So the javelin men look like they're still throwing javelins at me. And their archers are still shooting, some of them anyway. But they did just charge a bunch in. Okay, we've got a bit of a mass rout now. The general went down, so let's start chasing their guys down. Javelin men first.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Let's send these guys after the archers here. Start chasing them down. And I'll hit fast forward here. We'll just go through it quickly. I think if we chase them for long enough, they'll start to run, I would imagine. At least I hope so. Right, you guys go after them. See, they're turning around and taking little shots at us, which is not good for us because we're going to lose men that way. Which is very frustrating, but keep doing it. We are chasing the majority of them off though, which is good. These guys are getting messed up. Okay, they've run now, that's fine. I'm not going to chase them anymore to kill any more men. I think that's about all we can do. We lost more men at the end there from their skirmishers than we did in the whole battle. Anyway, I'll see you guys on the campaign map. Okay guys, we managed to win that one. I wasn't too worried about losing that. I was more worried about how many men I would lose in the process. Now, we lost a lot of our skirmishers and we lost our cav completely, which only really leaves us with our melee units. We can do anything at the moment, but it's okay. These guys were meant to be a bit more of a supporting army anyway. In terms of what we do here, do we take the money or the replenishment? We need both, really, for these guys. Because they do have troops who are going to get away here, and we're going to have to fight them again. I'm going to go for the replenishment. We do need the money, but we've got the income kind of under control a little bit now, and we've bought ourselves a few more turns here, so let's take the replenishment on that one. Alright, so one thing I forgot, actually. Maybe I should have taken the money because it was a settlement battle. They're not going to get to keep that army. So they have been destroyed. There's a few traits gained here. Nothing we need to worry about too much. That's fine. I'm going to let these guys replenish a little bit if they can. For some reason, we have desertion here. And I think it's to do with the supplies. I'm not sure why that's low. I mean, we're in positive for food. Interesting. I wonder if that's the same for all my armies then. No, these guys still have supplies, although for some reason they're getting seasickness. I mean, I don't remember ever putting them in the sea. How strange. I don't know if that's a bit of a bug. Okay, so things to note then in between turns there. This army landed. So we are going to fight them and probably end the episode after that battle. I was thinking of ending it here, but we will continue because I'm quite enjoying this. We've got this army here who can move up and take this port town back for us. We'll occupy that one. A bit more of a long-term plan for these guys. I'm actually going to bring them west across here to help out with this army and this other one that are coming down from the north as well, because these guys are not going to be able to hold them all on their own, I don't believe. We'll get them into Carliol anyway. Definitely makes their life harder if they want to try and go any further south than that. This army, yeah, they're going to have to stay there. I don't think I can move them because of the battle. However, I'm a little bit concerned about that situation. We'll have to just... Well, we've already improved our food situation, so hopefully next turn it'll be okay. Income as well, not looking too good. I think that's on account of this settlement being taken, but we're going to have to just deal with that. Let's deal with these events as well. So, low public order we're aware of. Risk of rebellion we're aware of in both of those places. But North Mercia, I would have thought, would be settling down now. Let's actually check what it is that's causing this. So it's -10 for buildings alone. And there's nothing I can do about that because they're not in settlements that I control, I don't think. Well, we are getting -6 actually from this iron smelter. So it might be worth changing that potentially. However, that is bringing us in quite a bit of money. If I were to just convert or destroy that, that might hinder me. And this building doesn't give us any penalty to public order, so there's definitely this one, and I think this one here, which again is not in my control. But we are still at -14, that's a lot. Allegiance is not too great. It's balancing itself out more in favour of Dyflin than ourselves. I guess we're just going to have to keep an eye on this. We've got an army over here who, if they can quell any rebellions that pop up. In fact, it might be worth trying to leave them maybe in this settlement here for that very reason. So let's move them across. And again, we'll just have to keep an eye on that one. Over here then, we've got some buildings to repair still, but problem being, don't really have the money to do that at the moment, so we'll have to leave that. Research available again, so trade must have completed. That enables us to build a tavern, which we'll do once we've got our economy under control a little bit. We've got the next one in the tree here is reduced tariffs, which gives us plus 10% to trade faction-wide. That does prompt me to actually think about if I'm not trading with anyone and who I'm trading with. I can't remember if we can choose that in this game. I'll have a look in a second, but we are going to go for the next one on that tree. Attrition for the Fury of Tyr, we're aware of that. And low public order down here in the south. It's at -1. Merely due to taxation. I think that will be okay. Again, we've got this army running about. They can help out with any battles, any rebellions, sorry, that pop up there. Okay, so I think the next move then for myself is to take out this army here. And then we'll have to leave the episode there, I believe. So let's do that right now. Okay, so this is massively in our favour. I'm going to imagine it's because we've got our king, who's a higher level general than theirs. Again, they've got quite a lot of skirmishes. Seems to be a bit of a common theme with these guys. And this is the army that I have that don't have any cavalry. So we'll have to see how we can deal with theirs, because they've got kind of 4 units and their generals on a horse as well. Anyway, I'll see you on the battlefield and we'll have a think about what we're going to do there. Alright then, so let's have a look at the weather. It's raining at the moment, which means either ourselves or the enemy can't use any flaming arrows. That doesn't really benefit us in this particular battle, so let's wait again. So it's dry on this one. I wonder if we should wait again and try get maybe fog or something like that. I think that impedes skirmishes, which they have a bit of an advantage there, which might help us. Let's wait again. Okay, there we go. So fog, severely reduced visibility. I'm not sure if that applies strictly to kind of archers and so on, but we'll go with it anyway. Alright, so looks like they're setting up kind of defensively in the middle here. We are on the attack, so we're going to have to go to them. Their cav are sitting on the right hand side. Probably got another unit of cav there. I believe we counted 5 units of cavalry at the beginning. So we need to focus our spearmen probably on the right hand side. But I'm going to set the men up and then I'll be back with you in a second. Alright then, in terms of formation, I've got my axes and swords in the middle here. We've then got 2 rows of spearmen on either flank. That is simply so that we can react to their cavalry and hopefully nullify them completely. As long as we can do that, I think we've got this battle in the bag. If we don't nullify them, their cavalry could wreak havoc on us a little bit if they get behind us and so on, so we want to avoid that. And on that, actually, I've just thought it might be better to move these guys to the back and swap them for these units. The units I'm swapping them here for, that's my long axemen, so I don't really want to leave them at the back in case they do get attacked by cavalry, so we'll swap these. And again, on the left flank here, we're swapping them with the Huskarls and Berserkers. Okay, then we've got skirmishers in the middle and general at the back. So let's get these guys grouped into formation, and then I'll start the battle and I'll join you guys again when we get a bit close to them. So what I've decided to do here, guys, is actually move them over to the left a little bit. It looks like they've got the least amount of cavalry here on the left flank. Also, there were some rocks and stuff here which would have kind of impeded my formation, and that wouldn't be good given that they've got cavalry. I need to kind of keep my guys in this shape. So I'm going to move them over to the left here, see how they react, and then maybe even move them over a bit further once we get there. So again, I'll fast forward through this and see you guys again once we get there. Alright guys, so as I was moving everyone over there, I did notice there is also some rocks over here which are impassable. So it didn't really make a difference me putting them over here. We had the same problem. So I've kind of got them formed up here now. Their skirmishers have started moving forward as well and started shooting at me. So what I'm going to do is pop these guys all in shield wall. I feel like they might be coming to attack me next. Although they do seem to be doing a little dance around there in the back. Let's wait and see. Let's get our archers moving forward, shooting at their skirmishers as well. Don't want to just give them free rein against us. Hopefully if we can win at least this initial skirmish here, might provoke them to come and attack me. I'd rather they come to me. It's always a bit easier defending in this game, I feel. Skirmishers are getting really messed up here though, which is not good. They're shaken at the moment as well. We've lost 1 unit already. Let's change to flaming arrows so that we can hopefully scare these guys off. So these are tier 3 bow infantry, so they're no joke. Looks like they've got more of them as well yet. So I think what I'm going to do while these guys are shooting, I'm going to start moving everyone forward a little bit. Again, these rocks that are in the way are really frustrating. Let's maybe keep them just behind for now. Skirmishers still shooting at that same unit, that's fine. Let's actually start shooting them at this one at the back now. Now then, I'm going to start grouping up the flanks separately. The reason being these rocks are impassable anyway, so they can't really get around us very easily. Let's pop General back into shield wall. And the frontline troops as well. Get these flanks sorted out. Hopefully the centre will hold. This is going to be a little bit tricky though. Some of these units are now getting shot at, so let's get them into shield wall. Got a long axeman here as well who can't go into shield wall, so let's hope they don't get killed. And let's start moving these guys around a little bit. Looks like the cav are sitting here, so we want to kind of entice them to go for my speared units here. We can move these guys forward as well. Let's get everyone going. Yep, they started to charge in now, so that's perfect. That's what we wanted. Let's get these guys all in shield wall. And Mr. General. Okay, cav have started coming round.
The men have abandoned the battle and will not return.
This is tricky, they've got behind us, but they are spearmen, so hopefully we can deal with it. It's hard to keep eyes on everything going on all at once here. Let's get all our spearmen charged in. We really want to beat those cavalry. Pop a rally with the general there as well. Looks like we are seeing off the cav here. At least somewhat. They do still have more though, so I need to be very careful. Let's get those guys charging in there. Looks like the cav have run off here as well. Let's get the long axemen moved up because I want to get them charging in as well. Which means all my spearmen I want charging up as well. Cavalry have been dealt with on the left flank, I believe. Yeah, we need to be getting our men in for flanking manoeuvres here as well. I think they've charged us with some cav here. Not good. Those were our long axemen. We don't want them to get destroyed by cav. Alright, let's get these Huskarls charged in now. These scout horsemen here seem to have stopped, so let's just charge them if we can. I think with these spearmen here, we start charging into their javelin men. Scaring them off. Make nice, easy work of these guys, I think. If they don't just run away, that is. Okay, they've been dealt with. So have they. Perfect. Okay, left flank. We are now pushing them. That's perfect. Yep, just keep charging them off. Actually, change of plan. Use the spearman to go for the general. He is on horseback, so that helps us. Got some units coming at us from here as well. They are skirmishers, so let's chase them off. At least with one of the units. Send the rest of them out this way.
An entire unit has perished.
Just keep moving in on their flanks as well. Just looks like it is now going in our favour. I'm a bit worried about these guys chasing down all these skirmishers though. That's not likely to go in our favour. Not if they're on their own anyway.
They flee before our might.
Let's send these guys as well.
The battle is turning in our favour.
Yep, I think we have got this one. They still have some cavalry. Let's get general charged in on their general. Get all these guys piling in. Hopefully if their general goes down, their skirmishers over here.
General is dead.
Yep, let's hope that they start running now. Because we'll be chasing them for ages otherwise. Alright, let's get everyone doggy piling in on this one unit here in the middle. Looks like Welsh Armoured Axemen. Okay, that's the victory for us. That was perfect. We really needed to destroy that army. They've been plaguing us for so long. They're finally dead. That's brilliant. And I'm going to see you guys back on the campaign map. Alright then guys, so we won that one. As I said on the battlefield, that's a big victory for us. We needed to win that. That army's been doing our head in for ages, and they're finally gone. Well, there's 6 units left, but we can deal with them in our own time. I'm going to end the episode there though. It's gone on a bit longer than usual, but that's absolutely fine. I was enjoying myself and look forward to the next one actually. So if you made it this far, as always, thank you very much for watching. Leave a like on the video if you liked it. Leave a comment if you've got any feedback or tips for me. And if you want to see more content like this, as always, please subscribe. It does help out. So thank you very much, and I'll see you guys on the next one.